3 of my collection update for January 28, 2015. The only Blu-ray I actually picked up in the past couple of weeks. I'm very happy I did. I plan on getting a crap ton of these editions on Blu-ray. And this is Halloween 3, Season of the Witch from Scream Factory. You can see that right there. It's like a side company from Shout Factory. And this is pretty much just their horror stuff that they're releasing. And this is really cool. Though not only is the transfer awesome on this, but it has a bunch of great features. The setup, I like how the cover is drawn. Very cool. And when you take the slip cover off, it's got a reverse of the cover cartoon, and it's got one from the original theatrical poster. I put the theatrical poster one on. But very cool, very great movie. I got this at a great price. And I remember seeing it at this place one day and not picking it up, wanting to, but I just didn't pick it up, and I couldn't sleep that night. So I made sure that I found a way there, and I got it the next day, and I was very happy. Very great. And this is the first out of the Scream Factory Blu-rays that I got, but I plan on getting at least 20 more. I already have a list that I wrote out. Next one I think I'm going to pick up is Body Bags, which is very cool. Can't wait. And then I got this, which is, in my opinion, the best way to have. This is the Extended Collector's Edition of Avatar. It's the 3-disc, just regular DVD. And this thing is crazy. I'm just feeling it. Like, it's solid. And I'm not going to take it out and show everything, but it just comes in another slipcase. It's a little harder, and then it comes in a book, and there's 3 discs, and there's a booklet and stuff in it that I haven't looked at yet, but this is a great movie. I remember a few years ago actually going with Dr. Gonzo Boogie a couple of times and seeing Avatar in theaters in 3D, and I just loved it. And I've been wanting to get it on Blu-ray, but I found this at a good price, so I figured that I would just get this one for right now. Eventually, when I come across it at a good price on Blu-ray, I'll get it, but this is sick. I love this movie. Definitely my second favorite movie from James Cameron, besides Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which I think is such a classic movie. It's even my favorite Terminator movie. First one's great, but I just find the second one more appealing. This is a classic movie. If you guys want me to show the contents of what's inside this and rate it, I will in another video. Just comment and leave feedback asking me about it, and I'll do it just for you guys. I'll do that pretty much with any DVD that's in some kind of crazy edition, but very happy I got this. Very happy. And then a lot of these are mixed between comedy and drama and action, and a few of them are stuff that my girl picked up that I figured I'd just show off. But so if you guys see some of these and you're like, what the hell is this dude watch this stuff? Some of them I'll actually watch them all. Some of them I'll enjoy and some of them I won't. But that's what happens when you're in a relationship. You gotta find a happy medium. This is 13, which I actually like this movie too. I'm glad we got it. But my girl we got this pretty much because she wanted it. And it's about these 2 girls and this one that's kind of a follower and hanging out with a girl that's a bad influence, and she ends up doing all this crazy shit, and it's weird, but it's good. Definitely a chick movie, and it comes with a nice insert. Gotta have those inserts. And it's a pretty good one. I mean, if you're into stuff like kids or any Ellen Hopkins books, this one's pretty much like Ellen Hopkins books in the sense of just being teen drug dramas. Yeah, a good movie though. Definitely a good one. I liked it. Like it enough to where I'm showing it off and have it in the collection. But the next one, Tweak City. I haven't seen this yet, and I really wanted. Giuseppe Andrews stars as the main character in this. A speed junkie, I guess. And there's another one that my girl picked up that I didn't really read about until we got out of the store. But I started reading it, and this looks real sick. I'm really excited to watch this. And then I got this movie called Stoned, which is pretty much a biopic about bioepic about Brian Jones, the guitar player, original guitar player from the Rolling Stones. It's about his life, and this is pretty cool. Definitely something I want to check out. I'm a pretty big fan of Rolling Stones, and I love Brian Jones, so I figured this would be a good one to pick up. Definitely. And it comes with an insert too. Very nice. Then I picked up this. I have a copy of this on VHS just right up there. I have another copy on VHS. It's a regular copy. And I have another copy of this on DVD. But I feel like I could always have different editions of this movie. And I love this movie. It's a classic. Pink Floyd, The Wall. And this is one of the original editions of it that came out a bunch of years ago. I think this came out in '99. And it comes with a nice like poster insert thing, which is very cool. It's weird too, because in the newer collector's edition of it, has the same kind of disc, and when you put it in, it's got the same setup, which is kind of weird, but I'm not really going to question it. I'm just happy that I got this edition. I always loved that cover, and the cartoon work in this, besides the music, has always been real appealing to me. I remember being a little kid and actually drawing a bunch of stuff from Pink Floyd, The Wall. I actually made a couple of comics too about it back in the day. I used to be obsessed with Pink Floyd, and this is pretty much what helped stem it. This, and obviously Dark Side of the Moon. Very good. And then this one, I've been real pumped to get. I used to own this too, and it's gotten a little expensive, and I just haven't had time to try to go out of my way to get it. And I finally found it at the same place, and it was actually only $2.95. I got it part of the deal where you buy 10 movies for $20 or $15, 5 movies for $8, so something like that. But it's Mommy Dearest with Faye Dunaway as Joan Crawford. This is pretty much just a movie about the life and times of Joan Crawford and adopting 2 children and just being crazy. It's funny because I remember seeing this before I saw anything with Joan Crawford in it, and now that I watch stuff like Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, it's just funny seeing this movie and just thinking about her being a complete bitch to her kids, but being real fake in movies. Pretty much like most movie actors and actresses are, I have a feeling. And I wanted the older edition, but the reason why I picked this one up, not only because it was conveniently there at a good price, but also because it has commentary by filmmaker John Waters, who I'll show you guys a video later on down the road of just all my John Waters movies and stuff, memorabilia. And he's classic. If you like stuff that's trauma or anything real gross or fucked up, Faces of Death, or even Serbian film, you'll like John Waters movies. They're really trash films, a shock value. It's cool. And this one's very good. I love Mommy Dearest, a good 80s movie. Faye Dunaway did a great job playing Joan Crawford. Not only does she look like Joan Crawford, but just the role itself. I mean, it's good. Great. Faye Dunaway's always been a great actress in my opinion. Bonnie and Clyde, my favorite movie from her, but she's also in Thomas Crown Affair with Steve McQueen, another classic movie. Chinatown. I could keep naming them off all day, but figured I'd go and move on. And the next one I got this out of the whim, just because it's Anchor Bay, called Naughty Girl, and this is an older edition of it. And this thing's going for a little bit of money online. Comes with a nice insert, like I said, most Anchor Bays do. I strive, especially with Anchor Bay, to get the ones with inserts. I mean, if it's a movie that's hard to find, and I get it at a good deal, and it has no insert, I guess it's okay, but I strive, especially with Anchor Bay. And I saw this movie. I fell asleep watching it the other night, and it wasn't too appealing. I guess it's about this girl who moves to this place and starts all these problems and all this weird stuff. This movie came out in '56. It's pretty good. Definitely not the best, and I gotta rewatch it, but I thought it was, when I picked it up, I thought it was gonna be one of those Russ Meyer films, but I guess not. And this is exclusively just something my girl wanted to get because she read the book. She thought it was gonna be good. Found out it was a documentary called The Secret. I watched a little bit of this while she had it in a DVD player, and I didn't like it too much. I mean, it's pretty much about love and how the power of, like, thought and all that, can make anything happen, I guess. Yeah. And it was okay, but definitely not something that I would recommend. Definitely a girlfriend pick. If you like that kind of stuff, I guess it's cool, but I don't. It was kind of boring. And we got this on VHS, and I haven't had it on DVD in a while. The Labyrinth, Jim Henson's, with David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly. And this is a cool older edition of it. I had this edition. I picked it up at a pawn shop a few years ago, but it didn't come with an insert, and this one did. So I'm very happy about that. And this is a classic movie. And if you know anything about Jim Henson, he does a lot of stuff with puppets and all this weird stuff. Like, he did the Muppets and everything, but I don't know which one I liked more. I mean, I think I gotta watch them in a row, like, together, to really determine. But Dark Crystal is another one that reminds me of this movie. That's a classic. I love that movie. Don't have it on DVD yet, but I have it on VHS. That movie's real good. I gotta love David Bowie in that. Gotta love him. And this is another one that my girl picked up that she thought was good. I'll sit and I'll watch it with her. I haven't seen it in years, and I used to own it, but I remember selling it because there was something I really wanted more than this. And this is one of those movies that you watch like once every couple years, like Titanic's like that, and The Notebook, stuff that isn't the best in the sense of, you know, at least for me, like Titanic I love, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, Man in the Iron Mask, Leonardo DiCaprio, a good movie, definitely not the best though. Don't recommend it unless you're a fan of Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's got a nice booklet in it. And then the next two movies are girlfriend exclusives. I don't even want to really show these, but I figured I will. The first one's Raise Your Voice, Hilary Duff movie, and never seen it. We'll end up probably watching it a bunch of times because my girl, but definitely not something I recommend if you're into stuff that I like. But I don't know. It's probably got the Even Stevens type vibe to it. I love Even Stevens, so definitely cool. Definitely very cool. And then this one, I love the first Sandlot, and I don't know if this is the second or the third, but this is a sequel to the Sandlot. It's about these kids that have this baseball team, and this weird stuff happens. I don't know what this one's really about. There's another girlfriend to buy, but it's got the kid from the original one all grown up and stuff in it. It's cool. I think his name is Spitz or something like that. Squints or something. And this one's got an insert too. Very cool. Very cool. I'll definitely end up watching this. Next one I got, I'm very, very happy about this movie. Real good, called Shakes the Clown, about an alcoholic clown. This movie is written and directed by Bobcat Goldthwait, which is a awesome comedian. I love this guy. And he plays this drunken clown. He also stars in it. It's so funny. I haven't seen this movie in years. I'm definitely going to watch this soon. A very classic film from the 80s, 87 this came out. And I remember seeing this on Amazon when I go on to look up the movie Freaked, see if there's any other editions of it, and this one always pops up. I don't know if it's because Bobcat Goldthwait plays Sockhead, or if it's because this one's sort of like that movie, but it's just cool. I'm very happy I got this. Very happy. Real cool comedy. And then the last one for my DVDs, and the last for this part, I'm going to do this next part after this one. It's going to be the last one for this update. And the original Dearest the Menace movie. Really good. Walter Matthau plays Mr. Wilson. Very good. Christopher Lloyd plays this train bum, who he's a creeper. You could see him on the back right there. Gotta love Christopher Lloyd. And this is a classic 90s like kids movie, but it's also good for adults. It's got a lot of good parts in it. The whole movie's classic, but just saying. Very good. And that'll do it for this part of the collection update. I'm gonna have another one up, so you guys will see on the side.